Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is RENDOG coming at you from the Silkworm Gang Fort in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. In the previous episode, we started working on the spiral staircases that are going to go around these giant-ass jungle trees right up into the canopy where we are going to be building the Silkworm Gang Fort. And in this episode, guys, we are going to be planting an oak wood tree grove as well as working on some of the foundation platforms way up there in the tree canopy. So sit back and relax, guys. This is going to be a freaking sweet episode. Let's get it on. Man, this is so freaking sweet, man. As you can see, guys, I've cleared out a little bit of the landscape around here. I'm trying to make a bit of space for an oak wood grove because what I've decided is that I want to build most of the fort out of oak wood so that it stands out of the forest, stands out of the jungle wood, and you know, it's quite obvious to see from a distance. So what I need to do is plant a butt ton of oak wood trees, and then we can sort of farm them for their wood and for their saplings and for their apples. And I've just been clearing out this little area over here. Looks like there's another sweet-ass, juicy oak wood tree to take down right here. Sweet. And man, this is going to be epic. And in the previous episode, guys, I explained to you my plans for the Silkworm Gang Fort. And it's basically going to be a bunch of rooms on top of these giant jungle trees connected via sweet-ass bridges. And I mean, I don't know how else we can connect it. I think bridges and like rope bridges and all that sort of thing. Maybe like leaf bridges. I don't know, man. But it is going to be awesome. The only way we're going to figure out exactly how we're going to connect everything up is once we start... once we've got all the platforms built on the branches and on the canopies, and then we can start working out how to connect them all. I've also expanded our little hole a bit so that it's not so cramped up in this jazz, man. Damn! I was getting freaking claustrophobic in here, man. Seriously. And this chest is now, you can see I've collected a butt ton of leaves. We'll probably need way more than that, but I'm pretty happy with the amount of stuff that I've collected so far. Looks like we're going to have to make another shears, though. This shears is taking a beating. So let's quickly put together another shears. We need some iron, and I think what we'll do is make another. We need another axe. That's for shizzle. So I'm going to turn this little jungle plank over here into a couple of axes. I think. Let's make iron axes because, you know, we are cutting down a lot of wood around here. So you know, the more iron axes we can get, the better. And an iron axe looks like that. Sweet. We'll make 3 iron axes, and let's make another shears that looks like. Nope, that's a bucket. There's the shears. Sweet. Oh wait, I didn't actually make it. Let's try that one more time, shall we? There we go. And we can chuck that sapling away and put down some more jazz. Man, our inventory is just getting filled up with jazz. Ooh, we could actually place our furnace and get cooking, actually. Let's do that. We need to cook some fish. I'm quite happy because we have quite a lot of food now. I think our food worries are kind of over. We've got a whole bunch of wheat also, so we can make a butt ton of bread. Let's start cooking that fish. Actually, let's just turn all of this wheat into bread right now. Bam! Sweet. 12 bread, 15 bread, 17 bread in the belly. Don't mind if I freaking do. Let's take these oak saplings with us. We're going to need them now to plant this grove. And the rain has come. Welcome, rain. Let's clear away this jazz. And man, this is going to be so awesome. I mean, I'm quite happy to do these kind of clear outs because it means that we can collect a ton of wood. The thing is, we're not allowed to use, at the moment, we're not allowed to craft this wood into anything usable. So we can't use planks and stuff that we craft out of this wood in the Silkworm Gang Fort. I don't know if that plan is going to work, guys, but it is something that I want to try in this series. And what we do actually need are a few more torches. So let's put together a couple torches here. Make some sticks. That's what jungle wood is good for. Making sticks. Jungle wood, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Okay, well, we've got 27 torches, so that's good. We definitely need to get a few more torches up in the canopy over here. And what I did want to do is get some dirt so that we can extend this oak wood grove over here. This stone axe sucks. Let's swap that out for a sweet ass axe. These shears can go too. And let's just extend this little area over here. I mean, we don't need to go crazy on oakwood trees, you know, because we can just, when they grow, we can just replant them. But I do want like quite a nice little area over here of oakwood trees. Let's clear this out. Kablam! Sweet. Man, all this clearing out of foliage and whatnot around this area reminds me of a story that I wanted to tell you guys that involves my brother from the same freaking mama, the real Gox. And I've told you guys before, but we had quite a big garden in the house that we lived in South Africa. And we used to play a lot in the flower beds and stuff. And there was this, it was really, really weird, right? We didn't actually realize how weird it was until we actually, one day we stopped and we examined what the jazz was going on. But what we actually found a mound of, I mean, the only way I can describe it is like sea sand. We lived in Johannesburg, right, which is the capital city of South Africa and probably the capital city of Africa, some might argue. It's a really huge, really sweet city. And we lived in like a house that was probably built around 1940, 1950, something like that. And it was a freaking sweet house, man. It was ginormous. By far the biggest house that I've ever lived in. And it had a ridiculously huge garden. And what my brother and I used to do is build cities for ants. I've told you guys about this before. But we used to build these ant cities. And one of our favorite places to build ant cities was on this really, really weird mound of dirt that we found in the garden. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. What was I saying? Oh yes, okay. So there was this mound of dirt, and it was basically, it was like sea sand, but it definitely didn't belong in a city or you know, especially not in Johannesburg. Johannesburg is an inland city, right? So it's like 1,000 kilometers from the sea. So there definitely shouldn't be any sea sand. But my brother and I used to go and chill on that mound a lot, just because it was like a really interesting little mound. And you know, when you're a kid, when something's a little bit different, you just think it's like the most awesome thing ever. So we used to go hang out there, and we used to build ant cities, and we used to do crazy stuff there. We used to try and make pottery and make things, and man, it was awesome. But you know, one day we were just chilling there, and we thought to ourselves, why is this freaking mound of sea sand here? I mean, there must be a reason for this mound being here, you know? I mean, it doesn't make any freaking sense that there's just this weird mound of sea sand in our garden. And we decided to start doing some freaking excavation. You know, the only way we were gonna get to the bottom of why that mound was there is if we dug it up. If we were playing Minecraft, we would have taken some TNT to the butthole of that mound. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't have any TNT, unfortunately. Just gonna drop off a few more of these things. Man, we got some ferns. That's awesome. I mean, you know, that's really cool. I mean, I want to collect more of these ferns because we could actually decorate the Silkworm Gang Fort with flowers and ferns and stuff, try and make it look as natural as possible. So that would be pretty sweet. But anyway, we went to the garage and we found my stepfather's spades, and we got like a massive ass spade and one of those small little gardening spades, and we went to freaking town on that mound, man. Damn! We excavated the jazz out of it. But the thing about that mound was that it was really, really compressed. It was like compressed sea sand. Wait, these are way too close together, I think. As if, I don't know, as if something had rolled over it, like as if someone had taken a roller to it or something. I don't know, it was really, really compressed. It was either someone had compressed it or we were just too weak, you know. We were like, I mean, we were kids after all. So that's probably why. We were probably too weak to dig into that sand. But we dug for a long ass time, man. Many, many, many hours. In fact, we spent the entire afternoon digging up that mound. And eventually, we got through the white sea sand and we got into like normal soil. And what the? Hang on, guys. Let me just figure out the logistics of this grove. I think what I want to do is just put a torch like this. Oh, the sun has gone down. Sleepy time. Guys, we'll carry on our story on the other side of this sleepy kaplan. Never before in this Minecraft series has sleep been so important. So anyway, guys, my brother and I eventually got to the bottom of this sea sand mound, and I clearly remember my brother was digging with the little spade, and he was digging downwards, you know, hacking into the soil to try break up this really hard sand, and he hacked into something really, really hard, and we thought that it was just, you know, a rock or something like that, but on further inspection, it turned out to be a shard of a plate, like an old, I mean, to us it looked like an old English Victorian plate or something, you know. All right. All right, guys, looks like our sweet ass oak wood grove is growing, ready to go. Awesome. That is epic. So we'll leave that to grow and now get to the top of the canopy to start work up there. But we looked at this plate and we honestly thought, oh my goodness, we have hit the mother lode, man. We have found some sweet ass valuable plates. We're going to be rich, man. This little bit of plate must be worth at least 1.5 million rand. And rand is the currency in South Africa, which is 1.5 million rand is about $100,000, I guess. And we thought that we had struck it freaking rich, man. And we continued to excavate that mound. And eventually, it turned out that there was a whole bunch of other stuff down there, like cutlery. There were knives, there were forks, there were little cups, mugs. And obviously what had happened was at some point in the past, the family that had lived there had just buried everything in, you know, under this mound. And I mean, to this day, I don't know where that sea sand came from. Maybe they had like a flower bed with sea sand in it, or they had like a water feature with sea sand, something like that. I don't know. And they had obviously just, that was like their dump spot, you know, in their house. And they just left everything there. And man, my brother and I were so freaking excited. We collected all of those little bits, and we just, you know, we were so freaking excited to have all of this sweet ass stuff. I mean, we thought it was like rare artifacts, you know, like super, super rare artifacts, but actually all it was someone's old freaking cutlery. But we were really excited, and we wanted to make some cash. And there was like a marketplace that my mum used to take us to. There was a market there that my mum was a teacher, and she used to teach quite close to this marketplace, and she actually took us there to the marketplace, and I think we told her about all of these sweet ass things that we had found, and I think she just sort of humored us, you know, and she was like, yeah, these are really rare, really, really rare. Let's go to the antique shop, and you can ask the dealer, you know, what these things are worth. Maybe she was trying to teach us like about the value of money or something, you know. So we went to this marketplace with these shards. Sorry, I just got distracted there. No, you bastard, you're facing the wrong way. And we went into this old antique shop, and there was this old Englishman there, and we put all of these shards, these little bits of shard, like, you know, old cutlery and stuff on his desk. And we were so excited. We were like, well, you know, obviously these are really expensive. What's the value? How much are you going to pay us today for this? And the guy was just like face palming, man. And he sort of humored us for a bit, and he was like, yes, these are really rare. I suggest that you just hang on to them, and you know, they're really, really rare. And so we left the marketplace with no dollars, but we still honestly believe that, you know, we had found something freaking valuable beyond reason. And when we got back home, my mum got us a box, and we put all of those shards in that box. And many years later, probably 15 years later, when I was looking through my old boxes of valuables and stuff, I found this box of shards of old cutlery and stuff, and man, it was awesome. Just remembering, you know, my brother and all the sweet times that we had, and man, it was good times. It was good freaking times. Anyway, guys, as you can see, I've just been working on this platform over here while I've been talking, and this is kind of how I want the floor of the Silkworm Gang Fort to look like. I want it to be made out of wood, but I was thinking about maybe just making the boundary of the floor out of logs, and then in the middle of the floor, I want to sort of hollow out the floor and then put dirt in there, and then plant flowers and grass and stuff on it, so that each of the compartments of the Silkworm Gang Fort is actually like a really natural place. You know what I'm saying? So why don't we try that? Let's have a look what that's going to look like. Because you know, because we're using so few materials in this fort, we've got to try and, you know, find as many color contrasts as we possibly can using the different materials, the different natural materials. So the only contrast we can really, the only, you know, colors we're really working with here are brown with these logs and green with the leaves, and that's basically it, right? So I want to try add another angle to it. So if the floor of the Silkworm Gang Fort rooms was made out of dirt, like so, and it was covered in, and it was grass, and it had flowers and ferns and bushes and all that sort of stuff growing on it, I think that would actually make a really, really cool effect for the rooms. So that is what we are going to try. I must say, the annoying thing is trying to get these logs to face the same way. There we go. Okay, and I don't know, I'm thinking about whether we want to make the floors symmetrical. Do we want to make them square? Do we want to make them like misshaped, you know, following the contours of the branches? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. I mean, I think for now what we'll do is try and follow like oh, yes. Leaves. I've been using dirt to lay these logs, but what I should do is use leaves, because that's going to make a sort of natural canopy. When you look up, it's going to, you know, create like this natural canopy, because we want to try and make this treehouse look, it's basically a treehouse, right? It's basically a giant ass treehouse, and we want to try and make this treehouse look as natural as possible. So instead of using dirt like I did over here, we should just use leaves wherever we need to build foundations. Just use leaves, and that will naturally build up the look that we're going for. Man, that is genius, Rendog. Even if I do say so myself. In fact, sell 5. All right. Well, let's just get this last little bit done here. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the borders over here. So let's hack out this row. Get some more dirt down there. Oh, my bad. All right, sweet. So, I mean, you know, I'm thinking like, why don't we do a similar thing to what we do in Rentopia, the way that we build the houses in Rentopia. What we usually do there is we make a house that has out of an 8-sided shape, right? Out of an octagon. And maybe we should try and do that, but instead of an octagon, we do a quadagon. If that's a thing. So the rooms will have 4 sides, right? Instead of 8 sides, they'll have 4 sides. So they'll look a little something like that. And if we do it on this side too. Oh, that was freaking close, man. That was almost dead. Like so. Yeah, that looks pretty awesome, right? So what I want to do eventually is build up the walls. So the walls will be probably over here, right? The walls are going to run all the way around the circumference of this room. Then I want to have an open space of 2 blocks and then a roof of leaves. So when you come into the room, it'll be like a lookout post, you know, like a hunting post or something, that you'll be able to look out over the surroundings. Maybe, because we can't use glass, right? So we'll keep it open. I don't know how we're going to stop the vines growing over it, but that might actually look pretty sweet. But I'm digging this, man. I'm liking the way that this room feels. I don't think it actually needs to be much bigger than this. We don't need to build like massive rooms, or that's going to look kind of strange. But what we do need to make sure is that we are avoiding all physics fails, including hunger. So let's get some of this bread in my belly. And then let's head downwards and have a look up at what that room looks like. I think what we'll have to do is use jungle wood to build like natural branches coming off the tree to, you know, that are going to hold the room up. Well, that already looks kind of cool though. Oh man, that actually looks really cool, because you can't really see that there's a fort up there, and that is exactly what you want out of a fort, man. You know, you don't want to be able to see a fort. It's got to sort of be hidden in the jungle. So that's looking really awesome. Loving the curtains of vines going on down here. That is looking sweet. Ooh, some of our oak trees are growing. Epic. Awesome. Man, I'm so happy with that. Well, guys, unfortunately, we've come to the end of this episode, but before I carry on crafting, I'm really, really keen to get your guys' feedback on how this fort is going to turn out. Do you like how I'm working on these platforms? Do you have any suggestions? What I'm really looking for is suggestions of how we can get more contrast into this build. You know, different colors, different block variations, so that we can really get this place looking as natural as possible, but also as freaking awesome as possible. Guys, this has been RENDOG playing Minecraft Survival. If you have enjoyed it, you freaking hit that like button, and why don't you smack the subscribe button while you're freaking at it, so that you can keep up with what is going on in this series, and you can, you know, join me and the Cyberdogs as we craft the jazz out of the Silkworm Gang Island Fort. It is gonna be freaking sweet. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody!